I'm not gonna get a prompter. I'm gonna keep repeating myself because the girls are gonna get it. However they get it, they're gonna get it. If they didn't get it the first time I say it, they're gonna get it the second time I say it.
Yeah. It's heavy.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck, self-respect.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Orphia, and I'm back at you with another mini series. So if this is your first time being introduced to me, I'm a cam model, I'm a text chat operator, I'm a broadcaster, I'm a social media influencer, whatever they call it, whatever. And this is my mini series. Now, mini series is where you ask your questions in detail, and I answer your questions in a video that is personally dedicated to that question in which you ask, separate and apart from my long weekly vlogs that I have been doing this past few months. So if you're not able to afford coaching, or you're not a part of the Patreon girlies, then you can go ahead and put your questions in the comment section down below any one of my videos. I will see them, I will respond to them, and if it requires in-depth detail, I will give you more details in one of my mini-series videos. Now, if you're kind of like on the shy side and you don't want, using your username, whatever, and be so public with it, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram and DM me your question. And again, I look at everything, I respond to everything. So as long as they're respectful and they're not coming out you're not coming out your wazoo with it, I will respond to it. But yeah, go ahead and DM me your questions. Again, make sure that you are as detailed as possible so that I can answer the questions to the best of my abilities in one of these mini-series videos. So for this mini-series video, I'm going to respond to basically the question, how do I do it? How do I send so many messages? How do I stay on top of things when my message system itself is so slow? Like, other people's message system is going fast and they can't hit that number, and yours is so slow. How are you doing it? And the answer to that is very simple. I look at myself as a business. I don't need no boss or anyone to be on my tail to get my job done. My bottom line is my bottom line. So if I decide that this month I want to make $500, 600 euros, 700 euros, 1,000 euros, if I decide that that's what I want to make, then I set my mind to making that. Now, after I've decided how much money I want to make for the month, then I go ahead and I say, well, how many messages do I need to make this money? Once I figure out how many messages I need to make this money for the month, then I go ahead and I break it down how many I need for the week. And then once I break down how many I need for the week, I go ahead and break it down even further, how many I need per day. And then I can go ahead and break that down even more by saying how many I need per hour in order to work, how many hours that I need to work in order to make it up to get this amount of messages. And that's just the simple fact of it. If I set my mind to something and I set my goal, then I'm just going to work towards my goal. So for the example, this month I'm been sent on sending 10,000 messages, and with that I need to send 500 messages per day, which is 2,500 per week. Because I'm only working 5 days, I'm taking 2 days to myself. Now, obviously, if you've been following along and watching my weekly vlogs, you will know that I don't only work 5 days per week. I do have days off when I do work. But then again, you will realize that I do have days in the week that I should be working, that things come up and I need to go take care of them. So I'm not able to hit the numbers on that particular day that I would want to hit. On top of that, the messages are so slow that I'm not able to hit those numbers because the messages are so slow. And then there are days when the messages are moving along a lot more rapidly, so I'm able to utilize those days and I maximize those days to as much as possible. Now, when you're running a company, because I run this entire operations like I'm running a company, because it's my personal brand, it's my personal company, right? So what I do, I set a target for myself. I set a target for my camming, I set a target for my broadcasting, and I set a target for my texting. Every single one of these operations has a target goal that I need to hit every single day in order to hit my final weekly goal, right? Once I have set those, I do not stop until I hit every single one. And then on my days off, if I realize that I didn't hit it, then on my days off, I work still. And then I know you guys will hear me again. If you're following my long weekly vlogs, you will hear me say I work when I feel like working. So even if this day is my day off, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not gonna work. If I feel like working, I'm gonna work, because you never know what day in the week you're gonna feel burned out. You never know what is gonna fall on your plate during the following week that is gonna throw you off. And if you felt like working last day off and you didn't, then you're gonna be kicking yourself in the ass, because if you did, you wouldn't be worried about it today. You know what I'm saying? So that is how I do it. I take this seriously. I take it very seriously. I operate like it's a very serious company, because if I was working a 9 to 5, working for somebody else, I would be taking their job seriously, and I would be making them millions of dollars while I'm picking up scraps. This way, I'm making my own determination of what I want to make. I'm sorry, I'm stuffy because my sinuses and I'm feeling sick. My head is kind of cloudy, so bear with me along in this video. So this way, when I do this, I know that this is the amount I get to set the amount of money I want for myself, because they're already telling me how much the contract is worth. And the contract is X amount of money per message. Right? And that's the contract. That's what I agree to. I'm a contracted worker. I'm a freelancer. I'm contracted to them, just as how you have a hotel and the hotel get a construction company to give them a contract to come and build a hotel. It doesn't mean that the construction company is, monitored and managed by the hotel. That's not what it means. It means that a construction company is monitored and managed by its own manager within that company, but they have a contract, they have an obligation to fill an agreement that they set up with the hotel. It's the same thing with you. You are an individual, but you are an individual company that is providing a services to these other companies. And you need to determine how much money you need to get back and forth from them. And once you set your goal, stick to your goal. And once you decide that you're going to stick to your goal, that is what's going to happen. So how I make this much money or send this much messages and I barely have messages popping up on my screen, I stick with it. And sometimes I work on my days off. That's how I do that. I set my goals and I work towards my goals, because if I don't hit my goals, then I'm going to reprimand myself for that. Simple, plain and simple. Same thing with camming. I heard one of the girlies say she just works. She has a channel. I don't remember her name right now, but I knew she has a channel because I saw her channel one time. And she said she works. If she sets her goal for $100 for the day, she doesn't log out until she makes $100. It's the same damn thing. Set your goal for the day and don't log out until you make that money. Your daily goal. So you can arrive at that weekly compensation that you're looking for. So this is a job where you have to work for what you want. It's not going to fall into your lap. It's not going to come up overnight. It's just something that you have to work towards. It's something that you have to do in order to make or see the results that you want to see. So basis of the story is set your goal, stick to your goal. That's it. It's not rocket science. It's no major breakthrough. It is as simple as, this is my bottom line. I need to hit my bottom line. Just like every company is worried about their bottom line, you are a company and you need to worry about your bottom line. And you set your bottom line for yourself each and every single week, bi-weekly or month, however it is you want to set it. You the one that does do that for yourself, and you the one responsible for hitting it. And that's what you need to do. You can't just be like, oh, you're just operating blindly like that, because then it's never going to work. So it's not a major breakthrough. It is quite simple. Have a goal, set a goal, work towards the goal, reach the goal. Simple as that. There's nothing more to it. There's no secret formula. That's it. It's so simple that it's hard, I guess. I don't know. That's how simple it gets. So yeah, that's how I hit my targets. Even when it's slow, I just make sure that I work towards it. And if I have a day where I feel like working and it's my day off, I work. And if I have a day where I fall short, I make up for it the next day. And if I am doing this now and I'm at, say I want to make 2,500 messages a week, which is what I want to make now. That's my current goal. 2,500 messages a week for 5 days. So at the end of the month, I'm supposed to have 10,000 messages. If for the first week I realize that I have 3,000 messages, or let's put it this way, I have 3,500 messages, it doesn't mean that the following week I'm going to take 3 days extra. That's not what that means. What that means is the following week I need to make 2,500 still. So when I make 2,500, I'm supposed to be looking at having 5,500. Oh, well, what I say? Yeah, 5,500 or 5,000 or 6,000 messages at the end of that week, right? That's what I should be seeing at the end of the second week. And then the third week, I'm supposed to add on another 2,500 to that. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. And so at the end of the month, instead of having 10,000 messages, I have 11 or 12 or 11.5 or 10.5 messages for the month. That's how that goes. That's simply how it is. That's how you exceed your goals, and that's how you keep and maintain your goals. So there's no hidden formula to it. You set your goal and you work until you get your goal. The other thing is you need to know your platforms. So if you're camming and you're on a slow site where you know the flow is not that good, you're not going to set your goal for $100. That's impossible. It makes no sense. You set your goal for $100 when you know that you can barely make 50. What you should do is set yourself for $50. That's what you should do for camming. If you're on a site that is slow, you set your goal for $50. Or you change your site. You change it up and you find something that is more high paced, that is gonna bring that money in for you, and you don't log out until you get it. That's how that works. Again, I had someone who come in and say, I repeated myself, I need to use a prompter, maybe I should get, I'm not going to get a prompter, I'm going to keep saying that, I'm not going to get a prompter, I'm going to keep repeating myself, because the girls are going to get it. However they get it, they're going to get it. If they didn't get it the first time I say it, they're going to get it the second time I say it. That's it. Point blank, period, done. We not doing no Robux around here. If I wanted to do Robux, I would have done a CGI and type what I wanted to type in, and you wouldn't be seeing my face. You would have been seeing a CGI reading it just like what a robot should be reading it. And I'm not a news anchor or a news broadcaster, so we're not doing that around here. Alright? So anyways, that's it. I'm going to get back to work. I'm a bit stuffy and cloudy, and I hope what I said makes sense. That's all I can say. I won't know until I'm doing edits. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. Welcome to all the newbies. I love y'all. Thank you so much. I love y'all so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in to another mini series, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.